Yo, what is up YouTube? It is your boy Charles here, back again on a brand new video for y'all today. And today is another discussion video about a new card. I mean, obviously it's not a new card, but it's called Corridor of Agony. So without further ado, drop the like, feel free to comment, and always feel free to subscribe. So without further ado, let's begin. It says, the effects of monsters special summon from the deck cannot be activated and are negated as long as they remain face up on the field, and attacks cannot be declared with them. So basically, it cannot, obviously, it's only negated from the main deck. So extra deck is just Gucci. So obviously we'll just leave that there. So there's cards that can be special summoned from the deck majority of the time. Like, I think obviously Eldritch, for instance, with Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine, for instance, which like, once you have Eldritch on the field, that card is just fully negated and cannot declare an attack. And honestly, you could just link climb it, which is the downside of it, obviously, like, because, you know, Eldritch and all that stuff, you know, we already know what it does. And yeah, that's one example. Another example to bring up is Incredible Ecclesia, where like, if you just paper cost the effect of her to special summon a Sword Soul monster from the deck, Moi or Taya cannot be activated due to that Corridor of Agony. So yeah, that's like the only two reasons two examples I could come up with due to this card being in this format. But however, it's not really that good in this format because like, a lot of cards are majority of the time are added from deck to hand and are special summoned from hand to the field. So it's like, think about it, it's just not really that good. But like, I feel like this card was like very broken back in the day during the 2010 formats with Glad Beasts and all that other stuff, like all those other decks, Lightsworn, all those other decks back in the day. Like, this is like a very old card. Like, I feel like this card is just really a bit of a sleeper in some shape or way, like some way, shape or form. There's nothing really else to it. I mean, like, there's moments where like there's decks that does require from special summoning from the deck. Like, look at Dinosaurs, for instance, where Baby Ceratosaurus has to pop a baby or just any other dinosaur monster, and they just special summon from the deck, and it's not a once per turn card. Imagine if this card was on the field, they can't really do anything about it. Like, freaking Soul Eating Oviraptor is one of those examples that basically just like special summons from the deck, I think. And then I think it's special summons from the grave as well, like in terms of special summoning from a dinosaur monster. And another example I can also bring up, even though there's so many examples I could bring up, like this card, like, don't get me wrong, like this card is very good, but it's just not good in this format. You know what I'm saying? Like, the format where like everyone just takes over your turn right after my turn is finished, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of game, you know. It's just, I feel like, we can talk about that stuff like in the later videos, but we're talking about this card specifically. So like, in general, I think this card, I feel like this card is just not in this right format. Like, this card is, it's really busted, but just not in the right format type of thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good card, don't get me wrong, but it does stop a lot of combo decks that does require from freaking special summon from the deck. I don't know if Pendulums can be outed from this card, even though that Pendulums could be destroyed and then had to be sent to the extra deck. But I mean, I don't know how Pendulums work to this day, like, even though it started from 2015 and all that stuff. But yeah, if you guys get what I mean, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, what do you guys think about this card? Like, is it really busted to this day's format, or is it just not that good? So yeah, without further ado, this is Charles here, and I'm out, so peace out.
Girl, I can't take it, these temptations. Keep my heart racing, make love faces. I'm not good with changes.